Shalom and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is Meditation and Mindfulness with Rabbi Adam Kligfeld.
Hello to all those who are joining on the Zoom, those who might be joining via Facebook Live, and hello to those who might be listening to this on the Temple Beth Am podcast asynchronously, so not sure what salutation to give to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's nice to be with you for a few minutes as we claim some space, some physical space, and some psychic space, and some emotional space to focus on ourselves, to anchor ourselves, to build a little cocoon, a little womb within which we have some curated serenity and calm. And we do try to do so connected to something in the rhythm of Jewish life and Jewish living, whether the calendar or the Torah cycle. And this way we fuse our revered, beloved Jewish tradition and other ancient traditions of the meditative arts, and trying to get into a zone that sometimes prayer does not bring us to, even though it's probably what the goal of prayer is on some level. What I've been thinking about this week is a verse and a Hasidic commentary on the verse from Parshat Shoftim. It says, Ki hashochad yaver einei chachamim. That shochad, which is bribery, which I'm going to broaden to being tempted by shiny things, tempted by money, by lucre, can blind yaver einei chachamim, the eyes even of the wise ones, even of the sages. On that verse, the Sfat Emet, who is one of the rabbis of the Ger Hasidic dynasty, Rabbi Yehuda Alter Leib of Ger, says there are people walking around this world who have einei gashmiyut. They have eyes of material things. We don't expect them to be the sources of wisdom in the world. They're the ones, and they're most of us, frankly, where we're living in a physical, material world, and we are blinded all the time. We're blinded all the time to things that we really should be seeing. But Chachamim, the wise ones, we expect them to live on a different spiritual plane. They might live in a physical, material world, we all do, but they are operating, their reality, their consciousness is ruchaniyut, something beyond stuff. But according to the Sfat Emet, bribery is so powerful, and I would add, the allure, the draw of having more than we have even when we have enough, the shininess and the glitz of luxury is so powerful that it can blind even the eyes of the wise ones. We know that to be true. We know great people who have fallen because of that desire and allure that they could not resist. And so what the Sfat Emet, I think, is asking all of us to consider is, what does it mean to resist that urge and to keep our eyes as much as possible be einei chachamim? Not only the eyes of the wise ones, but the eyes of wisdom. Seeing things, seeing people, seeing reality as they are meant to be seen, and not distorted, or our not being distracted by things that catch our eye, but are not really that important. That was a longer intro than I expected to give, but that will become clear in the meditation as I'm hoping for us to retrain our inner eye to help activate our actual eyes, to see what's important in the world and in life, and to discard that which ultimately is shiny but isn't. With that in mind, I invite you to close your eyes. and take notice and even take advantage of the near immediate transformation that can come over us when we simply hold a position, close our eyes not for slumber, but for rather a different type of wakefulness. Attend to our breathing. And let ourselves be. Try to release all the tension your body might be holding, both emotionally, spiritually, but even physically. Literally unfasten, unclench any muscle that is unnecessarily tight. If you hold in certain parts of your body based on what society might expect us to, let it go. No one's watching, and even if they were, in this moment, all of you is beautiful and whole and holy. Feel the release of allowing your body simply to be, having the majority of your tension be held in your spine, a nice straight line from your tailbone up through the crown of your head, connecting you down to the earth and up towards the heavens. Have those shoulders sink low in their sockets. Have your fingers lay gently on your legs. Drop your jaw so that your mouth is not clenched and so that the junction between your jaw and your skull is relaxed and supple. Let your eyeballs be heavy in their sockets so that even with eyes closed, you have restful eyes. And as always, make sure that your brow is not furrowed or clenched, and that you are breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Slow, deep, intentional, joyful breaths. Every nishima, every breath, resurrecting and feeding your neshama, your spirit, that part of you that cannot be fully explained by biology, but is the essence of who you are. And I want us to identify one person or one situation that we have been looking at with blinders on. Someone or something we are not seeing clearly. We are not seeing as we ought to, as it or they deserve to be. Because we are blinded by some desire, by the tease or the lure of something shiny, but ultimately temporary and meaningless. Or any lens that gets in between us and this other. And with your inner eye, watch yourself, see this person, see the situation for the first time in a long time, with no blindness, with einei chachamim, the eyes of a wise person. And watch the shochad, the bribe, the allure, the temptation, the distraction. Just break apart in your mind's eye and flutter away, so that at least for this moment, you are seeing as you should. And maybe it can be exported outside this moment, so that your eyes are einei chachamim. And we sit and we hold this position and we breathe. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, come back to the surface. As we begin to close this moment, I'll share my screen. We'll say the closing meditation prayer or blessing or hope together 3 times. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. And may we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. And may we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. I say to you, Shalom, and Shabbat Shalom, and Namaste. I hope to see you soon.
You have been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast site or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about Temple Beth Am Los Angeles, go to tbala.org.